Awesome. This question may be a little bit redundant from earlier, but I think it's really powerful, and I'd like to hear your answer. And maybe even if you would apply it to your own company, like how you guys prospect. But if you were to use Crunchbase data in your lead scoring or account scoring, right? Would you, what criteria would you use for hot accounts or hot leads? And an example would be like, Crunchbase rank of 1,000 or greater or less. I mean, obviously up to 1 is the highest. Capital raised over 25 million. Were purchased by like Vista, TCV, Andreessen, and they've raised in the past 6 months. Like, what would you say like the nirvana of values in a lead score would be for a data set like Crunchbase?
Yeah, John, you hit on a lot of it. So I'm just going to keep building off it. So I mean, obviously we have certain industries that we sell into. So we have custom alerts that we set up, and we do dog food, our own database. And those we're looking at, like you mentioned, we're always looking at recently funded companies. We don't take the approach of if you raise funding today, we're going to reach out today. Now it is timely. But we also know, especially anything over a Series C or later, there's going to be a lot of press and there's going to be a lot of coverage. We'll actually set a reminder to reach out in a couple of weeks once the dust settles and people forget about it, to then go back and reach out. But we also have a handful of investors that have invested in Crunchbase. We know the power behind using those investors in making introductions. So looking at companies that maybe Emergence Capital, in Mayfield, in Omers that have made investments into, that escalates the score for us and brings it to a real short list for us. Because again, we're trying to uncover relationships. We don't like to spray and pray, and we really want to focus on conversions. So we do use Crunchbase Rank as well. But I would say for us, it's recently funded and then having a little bit of a time delay before we reach out. And then we use a couple other tools to cross-reference other data as well. I'd say Crunchbase, it really is one of our core focuses for us outbounding new companies.